Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Hines Gaming coming at you with part 3 of my Dogfighting F35 video. Now what we've talked about before is sleek turning at the 300, oh my voice cracked, god damn it, every fucking video. Alright, so we talked about sleek turning at the 300 speed by tapping the S key. We have talked about my battle log is going fucking nuts. We have talked about aggressive dogfighting, how it can be done, although I don't personally recommend it. And now we're going to talk about defensive maneuvers. But what you are going to notice first is that this server is completely empty. That is right. This is completely empty-own. That's not a word, but it's empty. That's what I'm trying to say. So, what does this mean? This means that I'm going to show you my defensive route. And what I've done on Wake and Ullman is that I've flown on it for a while now, both maps, and I've come up with certain routes that I like to take if I ever get in trouble. So, my first route, my first engagement, if I do get in a dogfight, it's usually in the ocean over here, and what I do, simply, is just fly over our carrier. You will be absolutely astounded by how many pilots you can either get off your tail or just have shot down for you by the carrier if you just circle jerk over the carrier for a while. This is probably your best bet to get a jet off you, and it works about 90% of the time. So, if you're in the ocean and you get in a dogfight in the air, head straight back to your carrier. Now, if you're hovering or you get caught over land, this is a completely different story. There are a lot more variables, and I'm going to play this as not you getting hit by a stinger, but you getting chased by an enemy jet. So what you're going to do, what I do is I immediately take off, no matter what, no matter where I am, I take off through here, I hit this bridge as low as I can, and then I set my eyes on this. I do some sleek maneuvering through this, I hug this building right here, and then I kind of do it again, except I do it a little more trickily, I guess if that's a word, and I kind of just, like wedge my way through buildings. And if you do this correctly, sometimes you can have it work really well. Like right there, I guarantee you a flanker couldn't have followed me right there, just because of the way that I engaged hover mode to get through those buildings. So once more, maybe I'm gonna die right there if I do that. Yep, that's exactly what I said. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, and be aware I'm just showing you this in an empty server. I will show you this in a populated server in a second, so just bear with me. But so the two things that you really have to understand is that if you're out in the open over the ocean on Gulf of Oman, fly over the carrier. If you're out on the ground hovering or doing something, find a route that you can wedge in between buildings on and shake your enemy. You will have no idea how many times I have wedged past this crane and through these buildings only to hear a jet crash behind me by crashing into the crane or into the buildings. On pub servers, that works like a miracle. Now, before I move on to my Wake kind of empty island demonstration of my route on that, I just want to say that do not get the assumption that this is going to make you a godly pilot. You need to practice, 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 and even then, in the F35, you have a handicap towards the flanker and a pilot of your skill level or better than you. It's just how it is. You're just going to have to deal with it, and you have to play it smart. In my opinion, the main way to avoid getting shot down is to not even engage in a dogfight at all. But if you do, which will happen, use those techniques I just showed you, and I will be right back for some Wake Island defensive route, whatever you want to call it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is basically me on Wake Island. That is where I'm at, and we're gonna go through my routes on Wake Island. Now, believe it or not, I usually get shot down by stingers or a mobile AA on this map. Not a lot of flanker, but what I find really throws them off is if you stick to the bridges. The bridges are the most, well, okay, I didn't expect that to happen, but the bridges are the most important defensive maneuver that I make on Wake Island. That usually shakes a flanker pilot right off the bat. Now, is that going to flank some godlike rank 25 colonel that has 3,000 jet kills? Probably not. But is it going to flank or probably freak out your average pub player? You bet your sweet tits it will. And if you want to mix it up, sure, fly through the bridge, and then maybe do like a little hover mode, a little slow down, and then I tend, once I come out of the bridge, to fly really close to the island. I don't know why, but this tends to shake jets as well. And it still stands that if you're close to your carrier and you get into some trouble out there, fly over your carrier. That'll save you 9 times out of 10. Now, I find it a lot harder to get away from flankers when you're on Wake Island, purely because there's not really that much stuff to fly in between, and really not that much stuff that you can lose a pursuing jet on, except these bridges and maybe some creative flying over the island. So just really, Wake Island is a tough map to avoid your pursuer on, but if you can just fly into those bridges, fly over your carrier, hell, if you see a mobile AA on the ground, fly over that. Use every aspect that you have available to you to get away. That's all you need to do, is get away, or circle jerk long enough to bore the enemy pilot out of chasing you. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it, and it's just mostly practice and just kind of getting a feel for things. So if you guys chase me right here, engage hover mode, and then Shazam, like that's, I guarantee you I wouldn't even follow that if I was in a flanker. So it's all about practice. Practice doing those tricks. Practice flying under bridges. Practice flying in between those cranes on Omen. Practice, practice, practice. And I'm going to go to a live game now and try and invade some guys just so you can see it in action. I'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and there are 13 reinforcements left in this game, so I'm probably not going to be able to do what I wanted to do and show you. Actually, that's a lie. I don't want to do that, period, because I've been doing it for an hour now, and I can't get a jet to fucking chase me to save my life. However, I guarantee you, if you use those techniques, that route technique that I tried to show you, that use your turning technique, tapping the keys. See, I'm so frustrated right now, I don't even know what I'm saying, because I've literally been sitting in this server for an hour trying to get people to chase me, and it just doesn't work out that way. What ends up happening is me either crashing to the ground because I'm too busy looking at my air radar, or they initiate a chase and then all of a sudden they get shot down somehow. So I promise you, if you use those routes that I showed you, it will work. And I'm taking this time right now to thank my fans, because you guys have been awesome. I've got a lot of subscribers in the recent days. I just want to thank you guys all for that. I hope you enjoy my tutorial vids. I hope they're easy for you guys, for you newer players to wrap your heads around, and even you more advanced players can get a kick out of them as well. I also want to give a direct shout out to the Chinese gaming community for watching my videos and being really big fans of mine. I've gotten a couple comments from some Chinese gaming players saying that I'm pretty big on Chinese forums. I didn't even know that, and just want to acknowledge you guys and let you guys know that I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate all my fan support. So thank you guys, and this is the end of my tutorial on the F35. Hines Gaming signing off. Oh, I'm getting chased. I'm getting chased. I'm getting chased. Alright, cool. So this is what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to take some damage. I'm not afraid to take some damage. I'm going to keep flying low, keep flying low, keep flying low. Use this crane to my advantage. Oh, fuck! God damn it! Finally get chased